Welcome to S.A.W.L.I at the MANUTD edition, and today we're honoured and privileged to be in the presence of a United legend. He would play for one of the biggest teams in Scotland and came to United, where he spent 11 great years and won 14 trophies. He was one of Alex Ferguson's first signings in 1987, and he won 4 league titles, 2 FA Cups, 5 Charity Shields, European Cup Winners' Cup, European Super Cup, and he won everything required at that successful time under Alex Ferguson. Please welcome the one and only Mr. McClair.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, sir. How are you?
I'm in fine form, thank you.
Right. A lot of fans have been saying, how was your challenge coming from Celtic, which was one of the biggest teams in Scotland, to come to United?
Well, it's something I was always excited about because Manchester United were my English team that I had followed for a number of years before Alex Ferguson really sold me a dream, and what he said to me was, would you like to be part of the rebirth, the rebuilding of a massive football club? Now, you can look back and say that was a flight of fancy in a way, and maybe particularly at the time, and it took a little bit of time before Alex Ferguson's first team won some silverware.
Yeah.
But when you look back now, that seems a bit trivial.
It does.
But that was one of, I think that you want to feel, any human being wants to feel wanted.
Definitely.
Alex Ferguson, at a particular, in the wooing stage, he made me feel very, very wanted and a desirable, I suppose, product of as much as anything's been a football player. So, and it was, again, it's reflecting on it. It worked out all right.
Right. When you played for Celtic and you played those big games against Rangers, and you now came to United playing against Liverpool City, how different was those atmospheres? Were they similar, or they were just?
Any kind of derby game is similar. I think the slight difference between an old firm derby is that because you live in a smaller populace, and those games are always been the focus for both sets of supporters. The build up to the game tends to have a longer lag time rather
Definitely.
than you'd have. Maybe there's more games now also too, but that's what the main thrust of what the game is about. With regards to the other games, very similar. I used to particularly enjoy going away to hostile environments.
You like the hostile environments?
Well, it's great being for Old Trafford, but Leeds, Manchester City, Liverpool, Arsenal, where you knew that the majority of people were not in your corner.
Definitely.
But then also that you've got the supporters who are there that have secured whatever tickets are available in order to go to the away games, and you can, if you listen carefully on television even now, wherever game is on, certainly the Premier League, it tends to be the away fans you can hear.
Exactly. It's like the away fans are the core. They go home anyway, but you have the fans who just go home. I'm not going away, but
it's not possible for everybody to go away.
Definitely, I agree.
There's only a finite number of tickets, and it would appear in some quarters they're cutting the numbers that are available for.
Very true.
True. That happened last year in Scotland, where Rangers first of all decided to cut Celtic's allocation, and then Celtic followed suit, and I think that's detracted from the spectacle of that particular game. But I can understand the reasoning why. I think that you don't. Players would want as good an atmosphere as possible.
Exactly.
They don't want to just be in a stadium that's full of their own.
Well, yeah, you want to have a little bit of, wind up the fans.
You like to be able to hear some away fans giving you stick, not just your
Definitely.
own. Not just your own supporters giving you stick, so it makes you feel a bit more comfortable.
During your early Fergie years, when you had settled in, how soon did you start to realise how challenging this model was going to be?
Well, I knew right from the beginning because you follow football, play football in Scotland, follow football in England, and you could see that only really just because of the number of people involved, there was going to be more teams that were going to be competitive.
Right.
There were a lot of competitive teams in the Scottish Premier League at the time that I was playing in it. Dundee United won the league when I was.
I remember.
Aberdeen won the league. Hearts almost won the league. Quinton Celtic won the league. And of course, Rangers had won the league too. But just as I say, in the force of the numbers, first league game for Manchester United was away at Southampton.
Right. I remember that.
It was a 2-2 draw. I think we went behind twice. Northern Whiteside equalised twice. Now, right away, that tells you that, Southampton are a team, historically a team that we were maybe mid-table.
Yeah.
And we ended up in that period of time, sort of similar. But you realised that
there are a lot of teams.
It's the same. What you realised from that one was that exactly the same thing as when I'd been at Celtic. Every game was a big game.
Everyone wants to beat you.
Yeah, so every game was a big game. And that hasn't changed. Even though Manchester United haven't been as successful recently, that the away support, they'll look forward to the fixture list coming out, and then I think that those games now.
You start pinpoint. Soon as the schedule comes out,
United, now it's City and
clicking.
Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea.
Right. It's been rough.
I think Man United still holds a lot of attraction for
obviously TV.
The fan of
whatever. Yep. You played with so many strike partners back in the day. You played with, because you played over that period. You played with Hughes. You played with Cantona. You played with Solskjaer, Andy Cole. Who would you say understood you more? Like understood you, knew what ball needed to get to you quicker, and who did you get on with? You represented striking.
Well, I think the perfect example of that understanding is that Ryan Giggs has said he's never understood my sense of humour.
I read that in the...
and he still hasn't understood my sense of humour. But football playing sense, Norman Whiteside.
Wow.
And even Norman then was kind of broken, really. He wasn't as healthy as he'd been a couple of years previously.
Right.
Due to a number of
injuries.
Well, injuries and also then medical procedures.
Right.
But certainly from a football ability and a football brain, he was the one I think I would say would be. If people ask what your best player played with, I would say I've always said it's not.
Number one. Oh, okay. I'm surprised, but I'm impressed. To be honest, that is fantastic. You played with wingers as well.
He didn't say I was the best player. He played with it.
Oh, you didn't say that? Oh, that's not nice. You played with a lot of wingers in your time. You had Lee Sharp, Ryan Giggs, Ken Chelskis, Danny Wallace, David Beckham. And they crossed a lot of balls left and right. Who would you say did you enjoy the ball delivery for you?
I think that for me, the one that was the easiest to suppose read was Lee Sharp. Lee
he was a good crosser.
Will get the ball, but Lee's simple thing was he was very quick. And as soon as it's like a trigger. As soon as you got past, he would deliver the ball. So then it's your job to try and be in the area
right
where the ball's going to come to. So he was kind of, I suppose it's in a way you say it's kind of simple sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
He ran with the ball, he crossed it. It was your job to get into the
middle. So he's done his part.
I'd say that over that period of time he was in the first team, he was probably more consistent at delivering. The quality of ball required for goal scorers. Like me to
connect,
feed and harvest.
Because a lot of United fans, I mean, then even we still agree that he was the best cross of the ball. I mean, Rangers was a technically better, skillful footballer, but we thought Lee Sharp's crosses were just kind of on point.
All players have different strengths.
Yes.
And Ryan played a few games, so he must have been quite good at something.
Oh, for that long, yes. You played with so many captains: Robson, Bruce, Cantona. Who was the toughest captain you worked under?
The toughest captains have various different forms.
Yeah, yes, you have the leaders, you have people who delegate.
I think you say that there's a problem. Someone like Brian Robson would be the one that, in my time, certainly the number of games I was playing, would be the most inspirational.
Right.
I think just for the nature and the force of his will and the way that he approached the game, and certainly his tenacity. So,
right.
Although the other ones had, the other captains I was involved with had their own
style.
Yeah, their own authority.
Someone else, did you ever get the head judge from Sir Alex?
Oh, constantly.
Constantly. So.
Yeah, it wasn't just during the games, it was other occasions as well.
Oh, wow.
See that.
Could you talk back to him, or you just sit down like a nice school kid and?
You could talk back to him if you wanted to last longer.
Oh, okay.
That was entirely up to you. If you wanted it to, or you wanted to get more annoyed, and maybe actually not just finish it at that moment, because there was only a period of time. Let's say, for example, at half time.
Yeah.
You didn't really want to be getting told to come in on a Sunday morning for it to continue.
Oh dear.
So I tended to just take it. And they would always move on to, there was never just one person that
right.
particular period. They shared that around. He
was very
generous when it comes to the
head judge.
Yeah, very generous.
When you joined United early, you broke that record held by George Best of being the first person to score over 20 league goals since 1967. How did it feel to you that you had accomplished it? Did you set out to go for it, or just happened?
No, because I wasn't aware of it. I'd been aware that of the number of years I'd been at the same time since Manchester United had won the league title. Individual glory has never been of any consequence for me or any interest, because it's a team game and you win as a team. You can't do it on your own.
Definitely.
So, of course, it's nice. It's great to score goals. I love scoring goals. Probably the best thing I've ever done. But we didn't win anything. And that part of being a professional footballer for me, a big part, is that I wanted to win things. And I wanted to win when I was playing as a kid as well.
Right.
And the winning, but also winning in a certain way. I played for two great, I would say, footballing teams we wanted to play and win with a flourish and a style and a panache. But it was about winning, and we finished. You can look at the data and see that in that first season, Manchester United were runners up to Liverpool. But we were never challenged Liverpool.
Nope.
We were. We had a run at the end that accumulated enough points for us to finish second. We were never in contention.
Nope.
And then, so for me, that was more important. And I never scored over 20 league goals again. But as you mentioned earlier, there's a few bits of shiny material
like you said, it was
purloined in the years after that.
The silverware. You could retire and say, this is my achievement.
As I say, you want to have, and you have memories, good, bad, and indifferent about anything you're involved in. But as I said, I set out to. I wanted to win as a football player. I wanted to play. I wanted to score goals, but I wanted to win. I wanted to win in playing cup finals and win titles.
Right.
And I'm very pleased about the numbers.
That's why you're a legend.
Oh, but it's the stuff I'm not a legend.
He's in denial.
I'm not. Robin Hood might be a legend.
Robin Hood.
Batman or Brian Robson or Pele. I'm just a journeyman football player.
Winning 14 trophies in 11 years is no easy feat, believe me.
I had a few people who gave me hands,
You played in the 94 double, you played in the 91-92 teams, whereby you won the European Cup, Winners' Cup, you won the Ramblers' Cup, it was called then. How tough and how different were those two teams you played? Because the 94 double was literally a tough team.
Yeah, but they were all tough. That's reflected in Alex Ferguson's character and desire. He was a winner. He wanted to win at everything, not just football. He wanted to win. He was in a quiz. whether he was playing cards, whether he was playing, no matter what, he wanted to win.
Oh wow!
And he built teams that he knew and recognised that you had to be successful as football teams or football squads. You needed to have players who were resilient, players who were tough physically and mentally, players who were confident but not arrogant, and players who had that desire to win. Whether that's something that you can actually pinpoint or not, I'm not quite sure. But and also I get this, although I've never asked him, that I think he recruited players that he felt had carried fortune, or perhaps he thought they were lucky and then that did win things other places. I've never asked him that, but I kind of get that kind of thing.
You can still ask him,
It's a kind of, it's something you can. I'm just like, it's a bit late. I'll be in bed now.
Fans have always worried and concerned. Where did the Chucky name come from?
I'm not worried about it, surely. Surely they're not waking up in the middle of the night wondering where I got my nickname from.
Was this something from childhood or something?
No, I didn't have it until I played football. I never had a nickname.
No, right.
Until I started playing football.
Right.
It's quite simple, really. Rhyming slang, chocolatey player.
I thought so.
So it was chocolate, so it came from chocolate, and then it got shortened to that, and it
just stuck.
And
you accepted it, right?
A really good player and a great wit at Celtic when I was here, called Tommy Burns.
I know. I heard
he had this, and like, footballers can be, I suppose, think it's amusing. But if it annoys you, then you're going to continue to do it, you know.
Yeah, you
so
got wind you up.
I think he assumed that this was that's brilliant, and he's like, I'm going to make that stick, and he did make it stick.
Right, there you go.
I think a lot of times he thought it was amusing. In the beginning, he thought it was amusing, but it's never annoyed me. I'm quite happy with it. Yeah. It's a fairly unique.
It's stuck.
And it's unlike a lot of other nicknames. It's actually shorter than that. Giggsy.
I know, right?
Skolzy.
Their
nicknames are longer than their actual names.
Yep.
And it's fairly kind of thing. And it really does, at the moment, I don't think there's any other players who've got the nickname chocolate. I might be wrong.
No, I don't think yours. I mean, because you had that forum in the United magazine back in the day, and it was Chucky's Diary. Oh, it was funny. It was hilarious. And I used to think, is that how it was in real life? No. Wow. Yeah. It's so very cool.
Some of it I made up, but most of it is just me.
Right. Question someone asked. You did maths in your degree in university. If you ever stop football, do you see yourself teaching maths as a professor or maths teacher at university?
Well, the thing about being at university was really enjoyable, although I couldn't participate in all the activities that most students, because I was contracted to Motherwell at the time, playing part-time football.
Right.
So you're bound by the sort of, considerations of being a football player. So a couple of nights before, you shouldn't be out, you shouldn't be drinking. So students quite liked Fridays after.
I know. Tell me about it.
So I was, but I still had a very enjoyable time, and that when Celtic asked me to come and sign for 4 years full time, I thought I think that I thought at the time that my body would decay quicker than my brain. I'm not quite sure if that's actually the case, and that I would go back and the only thing I'd ever considered apart from being a football player was teaching. And what I ended up doing really was, although it never was a consideration so much where I was playing, I ended up teaching football.
Right.
So I did that for another 14 years. That's the second best thing after playing. That was so rewarding. And because of football, I'm here, and I've been here for a couple of days. Been able to wander around. Went to NASA yesterday, which was incredible, and had a few local delicacies, and then going to have a cracking night the dinner. So that's all down to
There
football.
you go. When you retired from playing for Manchester United, you became the director. You went to Blackburn, then you became director of the academy. How different was it managing the whole academy and now from being a footballer and every day going to training?
In a way, it was. I found it quite easy to manage because there were great people who were working there, and they'd been there for a long time. Some of them are still there. And that had all been really created by under the guidance of Alex Ferguson.
Right.
People were
So he was still.
Well, he was the one that decided he was going to be doing whatever in the beginning, and it grew from there. But he was still had always been interested.
So you had to still report to him. So he was always there.
Yeah, he was always there, and he was always prepared to give you a run.
Even though that you were running it, you still had to take from him. As in reference to like.
Well, if you look at it in a kind of simple way, for me, he'd forgotten more about football than I knew, and that will always be the case. Unless he loses his memory completely, which is highly unlikely. And it was good to have people see that, and it's easy to have praise, but sometimes it's nice to get a reflective moment or moments by getting criticised. Right. Sometimes it would be something trivial or something that keeps on nature, but it keeps you fresh. And I welcomed that, and we all welcomed that. So, as I say, that when you've got a great team, managing them is relatively simple.
Yeah, it seems that when you manage a team of people who understand your vision and your objectives.
And they all wanted the same thing, They all wanted just to help young people become, first and foremost, football players.
Right.
Particularly for Manchester United, and after that, hopefully, encourage them to become well-rounded human beings. And I think it's been hugely successful on both fronts.
If an opportunity came now and they said, Mr. McClair, would you like to be the next Man United manager? Would you accept it?
Be the next manager?
Yeah.
Well, that's proper dreaming, isn't it? Because
dreams can be made. Dreams can be possible.
I've had plenty of them that have come true, like meeting you today. That's one of my all-time dreams. They do. If you would never, of course you would say, yeah, you would do.
Yeah, I'll take it.
For one game, yeah,
I'll take the position, but it comes with a lot of pressure, doesn't it?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Wow. He said he doesn't think the manager job comes with a lot of pressure. That's from the legend himself. So, not me. He said it.
I think that you're just if you've gone through all those things, what is it? You become even if it's for one game or if it's 1,000 games, enjoy it.
Right.
And that's certainly what I would try to do, because it's like you just mentioned there's something about living in this city, the difficulty of getting around it, there's a bit of discomfort. You're doing something that you fell in love with. Okay, there's nothing for me will ever replace playing. But to be given an opportunity to do that, yeah, of course you would say, yeah. It's not going to happen though.
You never know. You played at Wembley so many times. What Wembley goal or Wembley performance would you say stands out most in your mind? You played Charity Shields, League Cup finals, FA Cup finals.
I mean, you asked about all sorts of incidences and events and times, games, memories, goals, good, bad, and indifferent. And when you look at it as a whole body of things,
right.
I cherish all of it.
I could imagine,
even the head dryers. So it's all part of a whole thing.
Yes,
so and how I look at the events and all that kind of thing is one entity. Within that entity, I refer them to, or I treat them as if they were one of my children, and they're all equal. No matter where it was, whether it was at
Charity Shield,
Halifax in the League Cup, or it's been
so you just embrace the
Wembley. I don't think you can separate any goal. I think it's unfair to say that being 1-0 down to Halifax with 10 minutes to go in the League Cup, which is going to be a huge shock, to scoring the winning goal in the FA Stephen League Cup final
Right.
is unfair because it all fits in together. And I say that's what how I'm always going to describe it as the Mallet children and all your children should be treated equally.
Oh, that's sweet. That is nice.
As much as possible. Unless they're naughty.
The final question from the fans is, in all your United playing career, is the same question again. All your United playing career, which game would you ever remember as in like this match is the match that I'll never forget to the day I die? One game.
It's the same. It's actually the same thing.
They're all games are the same.
All the same thing. No, they're not all the same. I'm saying
You see everything as
to
one.
refer them to the same way. I would say shit plenty of times, for example, but I might have been shit and we won the game. I might have played well and we got beat, so I don't think you can look at it. You can, as I say, go back to that game there where I didn't play very well as part of the whole tapestry. And I'm not discounting that one just because I might score
the good ones.
Might have scored a hat-trick in another game we got beat. Don't recall that happening, but I do remember when I was younger at the time.
Well, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir. So, we have come to the end of our show, talking to our legend, Brian McClair, who is here with us. Thank you for watching Soccer As We Like It, the MANUTD direction. Don't forget to subscribe, and we shall keep you posted with further details talking about Mr. McClair. Thank you very much.
I am Brian McClair, and I am watching Soccer As We Like It, the Man United direction. Are you?